Hi guys, this is Joy from Printed Bonnet by Yobi coming to you today with a simple DIY tablescape for a birthday party for a kid. So my daughter is about to turn 4 and she'll be having an Incredibles birthday party. And of course the theme colors for the Incredibles include red, yellow, black, and a little bit of orange. So this is what I'm going to be doing. It's one of the items that will be going on her tablescape. I have a simple white canvas here that's unopened, and basically I got it from Walmart for about $2. The other items I picked up, which added up to a total of 79 cents per paint bottle, are these. They're very inexpensive and I use them for a lot of different projects. The girls love using them for different things they do around the house. In addition, you can get one of these paint brushes. Also, they usually come in packs, and because I run a business, I usually use them for other items as well. And then last but not the least is this Mud Pudge, which, and I'm sure a lot of people call it Mud Pudge, but it's Mud Pudge. And it is a sealant as well as glue that I use for the canvas. So now going to one I've already started. Basically, I got her name, the letters for her name. These also came from Walmart. Each item was $1.09 for each of the letters. And as you can see here, her name is Jenna, so it's Jenna. All I did was use the paint and the brush on the back of each letter, and I glued it on there. But before I did that, I first used my yellow and red paint. These are the colors again, and I put a speck of each on there and pretty much just smeared it around. And then right after I did that with my paintbrush, I also used, I put a few drops, I believe about 4 drops of paint onto the canvas. The reason I did that is because if you've watched the Incredibles movie, part of it includes a night, night scenes, and there's a little bit of an orange background, kind of like a late, evening, calming evening theme. So I wanted to keep with that. The other thing is what I used a pencil to mark off where I'm going to be putting the windows on this, because again, it's a tablescape and it's going with an Incredibles theme, an Incredibles theme rather. So now the paint is all done. The letters are stuck here, and the next thing I'm going to do is paint the top of each letter. As you can see, I used a ruler to mark off what I wanted to do. I'm going to need 3 of these brushes right here so that I can make, I don't deal with paint smearing over. So I'm going to paint to the top red. I'm going to paint the line in between here yellow across the board, and the bottom is going to be black. So that's going to stick with the Incredibles theme, and then after that, I'm going to add some stickers and then do the windows. So for now, the first things I'm going to do, because I know that I obviously can't reuse the paintbrush, which is why they're disposable, is do one for the red and one for the black. And then right after that, I'm going to do the yellow, because the yellow is going to be used as well for the windows. So stay tuned. All right, so I put my paint on one of my kids' paint plates. I'm not even sure what these are called, but because obviously I'm not an artist, well, not in the paint sense of the word. I'm more DIY-ister, craftinista. I'm not even sure what that's called, but as you can see, I am painting the top of the letters now. I am going to run that. If you have a Q-tip and you don't want to use brushes, you can use that as well. If you have paint markers, a permanent marker that you want to use, that's also an option. As a matter of fact, it might make it a little smoother and cleaner as you do this. Again, remember, this is supposed to be very, very simple and take as little time as possible. This entire project is supposed to take me no more than approximately 10 minutes altogether, and the reason for that is because I'm going with the easiest possible thing. When it comes to doing things like this, I love doing personal items for my girls' birthday. They've always had a themed birthday party, and I always will ask them, what theme do you want to go with, and they tell me. So when they tell me, I try to recreate it based on what I've seen. And obviously Pinterest is your friend. I use some of the ideas I see there as well. So as you can see, I've done the red letters. I think I need to touch this up right here. So I'll do that, and I apologize if my camera is moving a lot. I am trying to do this with one hand. The next thing I'm going to be doing is using the black paints. I think I put too much paint on their plate, so I am primarily, I'm going to have a lot of paint wasted, which is not fun because they like to use their paint. But this is getting done right now. I can't wait because I know once my daughter gets home, she'll be very thrilled to see that I started working on this. I told her I will do it today. So I'm excited that she'll be able to see this when she gets home. Her party is in a few days. So it's good to see. I didn't even bother taking off the staple pins because I just wanted to make this very simple. And the great thing is she can display this in her room after her birthday party. So it's almost like a double present for your kid. Last year she had a Moana themed party and I did a lot of, I did a tablescape for her complete with a beach. She absolutely loved it. So that's kind of why I enjoy creating parties or bringing their thoughts and their ideas to life. It makes me feel happy, and I'll be sure to share some of the pictures of that afterwards. So if you don't already, be sure to subscribe to our blog page so you can see that, you can see what this looks like. I'll feature some of this, and if you haven't already, it's on www.printedbonnet.com/blog. That's /blog to see it. So I got a little bit of black paint on there, but I'm sure the yellow paint would go over the top just fine. And like I said again, this is a 10-minute task. If you look, the video should not be more than 10 minutes. The background I painted while I was doing other things. I just threw some paint on there and just ran the brush over it real quick. Did not take any time at all. And yes, I am standing in my kitchen trying to get this all done. So, voila. That's it. Okay, last but not the least, originally I was planning on using another brush, but I think instead I'm going to use a Q-tip just because of how narrow the lines are, just so I can get a little bit more definition in what I'm doing here. So I'm going to use the yellow again. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's for a kid's birthday, and it's just making a simple tablescape for her party. She's going to love it. They want to see that you're doing something very personal, and it's all about the memories that you're creating with them and for them. So, okay, this bled in a little bit. I can take that off with the other side of the Q-tip, right there. Made a little bit of a mess there. Okay, so it looks a little off, but I will clean it up as we go along before it dries up. So this is one of the fun things when you're trying to do this with one hand and trying to make sure you stay on focus. Could also be why I should have used the brush in the first place, but hey, hindsight is always 20/20. The rest of it is pretty easy. So I'm just going to continue here and finish it up. And the great thing is when you do this, like, you know, because it's a picture, it's a background, it doesn't require exact, you know, something exact. And again, like I said, I am primarily going to be displaying this on her table with her cake, which a wonderful friend of mine is going to be making for her party. Since I already put the frame in for the windows, I'm going to use a toothpick to add the black paneling. So you just that's just to give it a little more distinction, as in these are actually windows. So it'll add a little bit more stuff, and then I will be good to go. Again, still under 10 minutes. And getting that done, I think I added like 5 or 6 windows, so. All right, so I was able to use a damp paper towel to clean up this area where I had the mess, and this is what it now looks like. The letters are done. The windows are painted in. I had 5 windows, and now I'm just going to use some black paint to draw the lines in. So I'm going to try to do it while I am all in this. Again, I am not striving for perfection. It's for a kid's party. I just want her to have something more personal that she had asked for. I do this for my kids just so they can, you know, have some fun memories of the parties they had as kids. If you don't do this, it does not mean you're a bad parent. Absolutely not. I appreciate the fact that a lot of parents have a lot of work to do. And as a full-time working mom and an entrepreneur, it's not easy. I can definitely say that, but you know, this is something I make the time for when I get a chance. Plus, it's also a little bit of a relaxing activity for me. So for me, it's a little bit therapeutic. It's like, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, printedbonnet.com, I say sewing is my therapy, which it really is. So it's similar to this, you know, doing DIY things. It's very therapeutic for me. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the frames for these, and I will be back shortly. Alrighty, all the windows are done. I added a few birds. Birds are like the easiest things to add to these. Basically, all you do is kind of like add a check mark. So here's an example. You use your toothpick and you do the check mark. Very simple. You can just, you know, add it or put a few things there. Again, I'm going for a night scene. I just wanted to add this so that it looks, or not a night scene, but an evening scene, so it looks a little more realistic. I have some paint here on my fingers, and I have a wet wipe to clean it up. But basically, this is the finished scene. It's so simple, less than 10 minutes, and can't go wrong with it. I'm going to add some stickers and share the pictures with you afterwards so you can see what the finished product looks like. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day. Visit www.printedbonnet.com/blog to get more DIY ideas. Have a wonderful day. Bye.